I've been saying that I was going to do an update video about the marketing strategies that I have and the ones that I've been using for my shop. And today is finally the day. So here we go. We're going to get into it. It's going to be very simple to understand. And at the same time, I want you guys to know that even though it's going to be simple to understand, it's going to be hard to keep track and to keep up with it. Because marketing, it's its own thing. It's its own business. Within the business, so pretty much you're going to get to the point where you need to hire somebody to handle it for you, because it can become overwhelming if you don't keep up with it. And this is what I mean by that. So for example, nowadays we know that you have a lot of free access to a lot of social media. We have Facebook, Instagram, we have Snapchat. You can create a free email. We have YouTube, we have Twitter, and all of these marketing tools are great because they're social media and people are more active on social media than anything else. I mean, they give you insights on tracking who's watching your channel if you make it a business account, and that's all gonna help you understand where you're failing and where you're succeeding. So for example, we have Facebook and Instagram ads. We have Facebook and Instagram, which are just like the personal accounts if you don't want to make a business. And those two, you can integrate those so that when you make a post on Instagram, it'll automatically post on Facebook. So that is something that I capitalize on. This is actually the one that I use the most out of everything because it's the one that brings me the most business. And I stay mostly active on Instagram. So for Instagram, what I like to do is I like to post about maybe anywhere from 5 to 10 times a day on my story. And I like to do it at least once or twice, but not more than twice on my regular Instagram, so that people can know what's going on. Everything is up to date. Everybody's following the story of what's going on as we move forward. And just to add a little bit more about the Instagram, what I like to do is for every new client that comes in, I like to take a picture of their logo, and I always like to welcome them by saying now printing for whoever. So this is a very great marketing strategy, because if you're having an Instagram that's being pretty successful and you're tagging these people, your clients or potential clients, they're gonna be interested in working with you because they get that exposure. So basically you're promoting their brand in a way to a certain point, as long as they're working with you. And you know, as you work their orders, you wanna post what you're doing for them. You wanna shoot a story of how the process of their order is coming together, you know, as you're working on it. And that is like the best thing that you can do with Instagram. And it also integrates with Facebook, so you're posting twice at the same time. So just know that that's very important. And basically what it comes down to whenever you're marketing, you want to stay consistent. Now you can create a business account and get an Instagram, a Facebook, a Snapchat. You can create your email, you can have a YouTube channel, you can have a Twitter. You know, you can do all these things, but at the end of the day, does it really matter to have all these tools if you're not going to put them to use? For example, Snapchat is like my weakest one because I don't really use Snapchat that much. I don't do email blast. I stay consistent on my YouTube channel on a daily basis, as you guys may know. And I also like to post a lot on Twitter. People tend to retweet your story or whatever you write if they're interested in it. So for the most part, the Twitter's doing really good for me, and Instagram and Facebook. So that's just a little touch on the social media side. But I'll tell you what, if you stop posting on your story and you stop posting on Instagram and you forget that it's linked to your Facebook and you're also not posting on your Facebook, people are gonna forget about you the day you stop posting. And it is as simple as that. I mean, there is no way around it. So if you really wanna focus on marketing, you have to stay on top of it every single day. You have to create content, and people are going to be interested to what you're doing, obviously, if you're creating good content. But let me tell you something aside from the social media, things that you can do to improve and to create more business. It's having personal packages. You know, as a company, you want to have hats, shirts, you want to have some type of flyers, you want to have banners, you want to have business cards, decals and vinyls. I'll show you guys my car after I'm done explaining all this. You know, people ask me if I wrap my car because I have, you know, advertisement going all around it. I have advertisement outside of my business. Actually, I spoke to some of my family members yesterday, and they're willing to help me market the business by putting decals on their cars. So that's extremely helpful, and that is what I mean by having decals and vinyls. You know, it's like the word of mouth is the most powerful way to getting business, and we know that. But I want to get into like what everybody has a question about. So at the end of the day, by creating a personal package to the companies around you, you know, you want to have a business card. You want to have possibly one of the best shirts that you've printed. If you have a company shirt that's a presentable shirt, it's something that you want to expose to the public, then you want to throw it together as a package with a flyer that possibly has pricing. So that way they know how much they can order and still be you know, at a good price to where you can compete with whoever is printing for them currently. And then you also want to do a giveaway every now and then, because people really like giveaways, and that's going to attract a lot of attention to your channel. So make sure that you do something that's worth it for your audience, because you don't want to give away something that's going to be, you know, very little, very small, and it's just going to be like, you know what, really, like, we've been following you for this long and that's what you're going to give away. So you just got to be careful with what you give away, and you have to do it. This one doesn't have to be as consistent, but you know, whenever you break through a certain point in your company, you want to make your audience feel like you appreciate what you're doing for them. So that is very important. And also the one that I really enjoy and I started capitalizing on is the details in your order. So for example, what I mean by that is recently I started offering poly bagging, and my clients absolutely love that, because we size tag and poly bag each shirt individually, obviously for the right price. And also I have the company shirts polybagged of my personal shirts, and I throw one in the order whenever we have a new customer. So we just kind of welcome them to being part of Vega Print, and that is kind of how I strategize the whole thing with packaging and showing some love for that customer by tagging them on Instagram, on Facebook, by speaking about them on my YouTube channel. You know, you may not have all these things, but you have at least access to them, and you can start working one at a time. You know, as you master one, you want to move over to the next one. You don't want to create an account on every single social media outlet that's out there exposed to us and not use them. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure that whatever it is that you do, and I'm very serious about this, if you want to just create a YouTube channel and start marketing through your YouTube channel, make sure that you have some content and that you stay consistent. I try to shoot a video almost every day, and for me, you know, that's going pretty well, and I'm getting a good response from my audience and from a lot of my clients, because they see their work on my channel. And this may or may not work for you, but you probably are very good at Snapchat, you know. So if you're very good at Snapchat on your personal Snapchat, you might want to turn it into the business Snapchat and start posting the content of your business so you can attract more people. And that's basically what it comes down to. So this is my update video of marketing. I hope that it's helpful, because I know a lot of people kind of are up and down with what to do and how to do it. So I would definitely recommend to talk to your family members to put some kind of advertisement on their cars so they can help you expose for the business. If you're just getting started, I recommend that you just get one of these, make it a business account, and practice posting every single day. The last thing, you know, as you start growing, as you start getting business, you want to create a special package for your new customers, and you want to put something detailed inside of that order so that when they open up the order, you know, they don't only see their goods being printed, but they also see as an item as an appreciation for them coming to you. So that is also very important. You don't want to forget to throw a couple of business cards in that order, even if it's a repeating customer, because you never know, they might want to recommend you, and that is the best way to do it. So the last thing I want to say is, before I go away, whenever you make your business card, don't make it overwhelming with too much information. You know, you just want to have the company name and where you want to be reached at. So don't think about it too much. That is the best advice that I can give you, because if you overthink it, you're just going to overload it with information. And a lot of times when people see a business card, if there's too much to read, they just kind of like forget about it. And that's where I'm gonna leave you guys at today. If you have any other strategies that you guys think I missed, please go ahead and comment below. I'm gonna go ahead and put on the description, you know, pretty much all the links to everything that I that I talked about, and hopefully it helps you out. You know, if you have, like I said, anything that you want to add to it, please feel free to go ahead and let me know, because I know I'm not the best at marketing, but what I'm doing works for me. And I think this is the best advice that I can give to you if you either already have an existing company or thinking of starting a new one. So we'll see you on the next one. Tomorrow I'm gonna talk about the tape that I use for my screens, because a lot of people have questions on where to get it from. And I'm definitely gonna drop the link below, because I found it and it's gonna be great. So everybody can, you know, have easy access and not have to call the main company to ask for the tape. Don't forget about branding. Very important. You want to put it everywhere so that people don't forget who you are, so that people remember the name. Check this out. Very simple business cards. All the information is right there. Super clean, very simple. You see Vega print everywhere, so people are not gonna forget. That's part of branding and marketing. So super clutch on that. And then since I'm leaving right now, let's go ahead and walk outside so I can show you what I've done with the cars, just to advertise more. See that? All over the place. Vega print. We got the YouTube channel on the front of the car. We have the Vega print on the back of the car. Vega 23. We have it on that car. And pretty soon we're gonna have it on some of my family members' cars. So don't forget, branding, marketing, consistency. That's gonna be the key. So if you don't keep up with the consistency, if you don't keep up with doing it every day, then people are gonna forget about you. That's just the way the cookie crumbles, you guys.